Introduction to Classical Tibetan, Lesson 1-3. Numbers, word order, and lists. The cardinal numbers 1 through 10 are as follows: Chik, Ni, Sum, Ji, Nga, Duk, Dun, Ge, Gu, Chu. Additionally, the word for hundred is Gya, and thousand is Tong. Ordinal numbers are formed by placing pa after the numbers, with the exception of tangpo, meaning first. So nipa is second, ngapa is fifth, tongpa is thousandth, and so on. When po is added to a number instead of pa, it changes the meaning to a group of that number. So sumpo means the group of three. A nominal group consists of a noun and all of the words that modify it. In general, the word order for a nominal group in Tibetan is as follows: noun, adjective, or adjectives if there are more than one, followed by number, a demonstrative pronoun, and the plural particle. Of course, only some of these elements may be present in a nominal group at any given time. If elements from the above list are missing, it's okay to simply omit them. Let's look at a few examples. Lopma sangpo sum de dak. Those three excellent students. Here we have the noun, loma, followed by the adjective, sangpo, then the number, sum, demonstrative pronoun, de, and the plural particle, dak. Let's try another one. Lama Dampa Mangpo, many holy gurus. Here we have a noun, followed by two adjectives, Dampa and Mangpo. Notice that there is no plural particle in this phrase, but the addition of the adjective Mangpo signifies that we are talking about more than one lama. Now you try one. How would you write these two big monasteries? Gompa Chempo Ni De Dak. Again, we begin with the noun, monasteries, Gompa, followed by the adjective, Chempo, big, then the number, 2, Ni, followed by these, De Dak. For nominal groups, the Tibetan word order is usually the reverse of what we say in English. This is not always the case, but it's something to keep in mind as you're beginning to learn Tibetan. Sometimes, if you can't make sense of a phrase, looking at the words from right to left can often help you sort it out. Finally, let's have a look at the ways that lists are constructed in Classical Tibetan. Classical Tibetan texts, especially Buddhist texts, often contain lists. They're usually easy to decipher as long as you understand a handful of conventions. The word dang, which can usually be translated as and, is sometimes placed between individual members in a list. Other times, it is placed only after one member in the list, and still other times it's omitted entirely. For example, Gewa Dang Dikpa, virtue and evil deed. Dewa Dang Dunya, happiness and suffering. Sometimes a plural marker can be placed at the end of a list. This doesn't necessarily mean that any of the elements in the list are plural. It only means that there are many elements in the list as a whole. For example, Sa Dangpo, Sa Nipa, Sa Sumpa, Dang, Sa Shipa Nam, the first, second, third, and fourth bhumis. This word sa, meaning bhumi or ground, is a technical term in Mahayana Buddhism. Notice here that if you're not familiar with the vocabulary that we've learned so far, you might get confused at the beginning of the list, which says Sa Dangpo. If you were not already aware that dangpo is an ordinal number, you might confuse the dang for the and connector and waste time trying to figure out what sa and po means. This is why learning vocabulary is so important to learning Classical Tibetan. Sometimes you will find a number at the end of a list. This simply indicates the number of elements in the list and should be left untranslated when translating into English. For example, Sangye Chu Dang Gendun Sum. Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The number sum at the end simply enumerates that there are 3 elements in the list. Finally, the phrase la sokpa, commonly abbreviated as sok, can often be found at the end of a list as well. It means and so on, or etc. Lama ni dang lobma mangpo sok. 2 gurus, many students, and so on. Gewa dunge la sokpa. Happiness, suffering, etc. That's all for lesson 1. To review, the cardinal numbers are made into ordinal numbers by adding pa at the end of the number, with the exception of dangpo. Word order in a nominal group is generally the reverse of English: noun, adjective or adjectives if there are more than one, number, demonstrative pronoun, and plural marker. Lists can contain the word dang, meaning and sok, meaning and so on. Plural markers and numbers occurring at the end of lists are generally left untranslated.